I've been feeling like a bad bitch all
All
goddamn
goddamn day.
day. If you ain't my bitch, you just in the goddamn
Goddamn
way.
way.
You say you die for your respect. Let's find out and see. They say red will give you wings. So does Cardi B. You bitches is done eating. Tell them check, please. You bitches is done eating. Tell them check, please. Look at us. Welcome back. We the Black Bandits. Maisha got me out here looking like I'm selling pussy. I don't know if we selling pussy or a podcast. I got on dominatrix. We got on leather. We got on all black, but we back. We back and we better. And I promise I ain't selling no pussy, daddy. I promise. This is her fault. If y'all look, cause look, she got knee highs. Why do you need to wear all
Nobody
this?
told her to come
There's no
out
place like home.
with a leather stitched up shirt and knee highs.
God damn.
I said, put on some thigh highs, friend, and a little skirt, little preppy schoolgirl look.
Here we
That's
are.
what we like.
Here we are. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm your host, Sade, and my lovely co-host,
Maisha.
and this is the How You Doing podcast. How are you doing today, friend? What's tea? What's
Oh.
tea?
You know, we are not all black because we ended the year wearing all black because death to anyone who's lost us.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
So this episode today really wanted to kind of delve into that a little bit, and talk about, you know, what happens when you fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
So we went out all black.
Yeah.
We're not in mourning though. It's a celebration of
Yeah.
life.
It is. It is.
Right.
It's a celebration of life. Black is my favorite color to wear.
I love it.
So death to the ones that lost us,
Mm-hmm. And that will continue.
and the ones who fucked around and find out, and the ones who will continue to fuck around and find out.
Right.
And if you watched last week, we dropped a little TT, but we'll get into that later. But shout
2
out,
weeks ago.
yeah, shout out to Chris again for being an amazing guest. And if you haven't already, we have our housekeeping items. Go ahead and run that episode back. But also make sure that you're subscribed. We're really, really focusing on increasing our subscribers. You guys have been showing up for our latest content, and we want to continue that. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following on Apple. Make sure you're following on Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you're following our Instagram at How You Doing Podcast _ also at TikTok. All the things. Make sure you continue to support us. We appreciate it, but let's keep running those numbers
We
up.
did not talk about how good our male guests were.
Yeah, they
We
were.
completely forgot about
Shout out to Mr. Shake My Hand and M Soto.
Phenomenal.
Great guest. That episode
The highest YouTube so far.
did numbers.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
We appreciate
You know, and the title, shout out to M Soto, because people thought it was me, because, you know, I am a live cannon, but, you know, ladies, for real, if he has to beat his meat, you will be on the
You gotta
street.
hit the street.
You got to hit it, beat it, like Michael Jackson said. But without further ado, we're going to get into Girl Code. And again, I hope that I'm ready today. I put it in the favorites. We got 3. We're going to start off with
Check yourself.
check yourself, pal.
Check yourself. Sometimes you are the toxic person. Sometimes you are the mean, negative person you are looking to push away. Sometimes the problem is you.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't make you less worthy. Keep growing. Keep on checking yourself. Mistakes are opportunities. Look at them. Own them. Grow from them and move on. Do better. Be better. You are human. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Check yourself.
Oh my God.
I agree.
Not the accent.
Check yourself. Sometimes you are the problem. And sometimes you're the toxic person. But you do deserve grace, like she said. And if you check yourself and you're able to say, like, hey, these are the things that I need to work on to be a better person, then you can move on.
Here's the thing. Like, if you're going down a wrong way, would you keep fucking going down that wrong way? Or would you turn around?
Turn around.
That's the problem. It's like, you know that it's you. So what do you want to do to fix it?
People don't want to.
I know.
They
it's
keep
hard.
going
It's.
till they run into the goddamn wall.
I think you have to hit rock bottom.
Yeah. You got a little hard head yourself. I think you'll keep going, hit the wall, come out, look around, and say, damn. I thought the road was going to change after
Get
a
to
while.
the next one. How did this turn around to me? I could tell when you would look at me. I'm like, yeah. Do the next one. We're not talking about Maisha today.
Oh, here we go.
Shit.
I have a brain that I don't have trust issues. I have a brain that learns patterns. And right now, you showing me patterns. Now my antenna's up and you don't like it. I don't like it either. I was green as a golf course behind you, and you showed me red flags. So take it how you want. I'm not trying to avoid being hurt. I'm trying to avoid looking stupid, because I know better.
Okay, he said I was on a golf course.
He said I was green like the golf course behind you.
Love it. But I saw red flags.
And then I said, toodles.
So
But
he said he doesn't have trust issues.
He recognizes patterns, and you're showing me patterns.
So some people don't like the idea of pattern recognition
No, they don't.
because the thought process is like, I'm not a puzzle, I'm not anything to solve. However, pattern recognition is very important to pay attention to.
Yeah, because pattern shows character.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all have the capability and the opportunities to make mistakes and do things that we should not do. However, if you continue to do something, i.e. creating a pattern, then that at some point that's who you are. It's
Right.
no longer like, oh, it was a vulnerable moment. Oh, I made a mistake. That's who you are. And patterns reveal character. And sometimes some of y'all have shitty fucking characters.
Yeah.
And it's just sad to say. Last one, protect your peace.
That's a lot of y'all problem. One person decides.
Let's see.
That's a lot of y'all problem. One person decides to correct you. Now you're gonna ghost them and protect your peace, all because you cannot handle that you are the problem. Grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
Again, we've been saying it's easier to run away and avoid than to do the work.
Yeah, but I'm a proponent of protect your peace, but I do think sometimes people overdo it.
Mhm.
Like if someone's like, you're fucked up, you're the issue, then all of a sudden, I don't want to hear that I'm protecting your peace. No, bitch, you're avoiding accountability.
Yeah.
You're avoiding self-awareness.
Yeah.
You're avoiding that. Now, there's a difference if someone is literally disrupting your nervous system, they're being abusive, whether it's verbally, whatever it is, like they're really doing you wrong, then you can be like, I'm protecting my peace and being out of that situation. But if someone's like, hey, when you did this, that was wrong. And I've noticed that that's a behavior that you continue to do, and it's something that you need to check yourself with, and you're like, oh, I'm protecting my peace, I don't want to talk to you no more. Then, like he said, grow up. You're
Right.
just not ready to be a better person.
Right.
So because we're talking about check please and we're checking shit today, our first segment is check that shit at the door. So what 3 things do you want to set clear and check?
So the first thing I wanted to address is when we were on the episode with Kristen. Thank you for that beautiful episode.
Yeah.
I did disclose that I am now separated from my husband. And one of the reasons that I wanted to address that is because we had a agreement that we were not going to, I guess, talk about it. You know, this has been going on for quite a while.
Absolutely.
And I was just trying to keep the peace. And I get a call from somebody, I'm not going to use any names, and hey, I'm here for you if you need support. And I'm like, what happened? It's like, oh, you know, they said that y'all were not together anymore. Y'all were separated, and they dedicated a song to you at an open mic.
Indeed. I watched it.
Huh? What?
Baby.
Can you send me the video? Oh, no, you know, I can't send it because blah, blah, blah. Cool. I got Inspector Gadget here. She was after this, you're going to be blocked. But she was able to do a screen record and send it to me. And I was just like, okay, I don't think they said anything wrong.
No, they didn't.
I just think the fact that you dedicated a song to me and talked about your marriage ending after all of these years, it was kind of like, well, how come I can't talk about what I'm going through on my platform?
Right.
So that's the first thing I wanted to check.
Check.
So you wanted to check that. I also wanted to make sure that I definitely want to check bad behaviors in real time. Because I think for so long, I didn't feel like I had a voice in my relationship. And I just would always try to conform and make excuses. And then it becomes like, okay, after a while, you don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, and people play with you.
People will always play with you. Because they'll play with you if they realize that you'll let them.
Yeah, and you don't know who you are, so I'm not going to respect it.
Yeah. And I also just want to check myself. Because every time I go back on my word, I feel a little defeated. Like, Maisha, what's wrong with you? Like, you're supposed to be standing on business, and you're not. So those are things that I wanted to check today.
I like that. I like all of those.
Nice. What about you?
I don't want to set anything clear, but I want to check. I think we've talked about it. You know, checking my boundaries, checking. I think a lot of times I allowed things to pass because I wanted to do it for the betterment of the people around me. Whether it was my family, whether it's my friends, I would put myself in uncomfortable situations because, you know, if it makes someone else happy. So I want to check that. And I feel like I have been like, no, I'm not doing this. No, we ain't going there. No, I'm not with that.
Mm.
And so I definitely want to check that. I also want to check like people who think that it's okay because they see this life that they perceive that you have and then they make their own assumptions. So we know I travel a lot. I have a lot of nice things. So people just assume like, hey, I know you got it. Or
I hate that.
bitch, I'm in the same
have it for
raggedy
me.
I'm in the same raggedy economy that you are, and don't check my motherfucking pockets.
But can I say something? Okay, if I'm doing all these things, if anything, that's taken away from my bigger pie
Yeah,
of what the fuck I have. Don't big money me ever.
Ever.
And don't count my pockets.
ever.
Please.
And people do that a
I
lot.
hate when people do that.
Like, oh, where are you going next?
Who
Bitch, where are
gives a
you paying?
fuck?
Where are you paying for me to go?
Right.
Where are you paying for me to go? Like, the few fruits of my labor, I earned that shit. I'm not apologetic for it. I'm going to continue to pop my shit, and I don't owe it to anyone else. So check your fucking feelings at the door. Whatever things that you think. I also want to check myself as well. I want to check myself and some of my behavior sometimes. I think this year, especially being in a relationship, I'm realizing I'm not a very good listener. I like to do listener in regards to like listening to criticism. You know, I pride myself on being self-aware, but it is something that I really do struggle with. Which I see why a lot of people do run from it, but it is something that I want to check because it is not very healthy to be in any kind of relationship, not just romantically, when you struggle with criticism and you get defensive over things that are not, you know, that you shouldn't be defensive over. So I just want to like check some of my traumas that may cause me to be defensive, like that we've talked about, like, oh, feeling like you're being humbled or not allowing people the safe space and not listening. Like, you don't fucking know everything. Lay your shit back. Like,
But you can recognize it in other people, which is so funny. So it's good you checking yourself because, you know, you can see it vividly.
Yeah.
Like I had a situation, I texted you, you know, I was uncomfortable about something. You was like, friend, you were wrong. Like I understand why you took it that way, but that's your trauma.
Right.
That's your past
Right.
shit. That
because I went
Yeah,
through it and I
yeah.
had to be checked. I had to like check myself because I'm like, why are you just so upset about
Yeah.
this? Even in your situation, yeah, I could see how it rubbed you wrong,
Yeah.
but I'm like, that's the same thing I did. And I was like, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I'm mad. Like,
Yo,
I'm
I was hot.
Yeah, like you, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Like, what do you mean? And then they're like, I didn't even, what are you talking about? So I'm like, let me check myself because why is this disrupting my spirit so bad? But then, like I told you, it's just checking the traumas. And I think as we're growing and glowing as women, we have to understand sometimes our shit is not always the prettiest. And so I think it's great that we both are open to being like, nah, bitch, you got to check yourself. There's a lot of people that we would love to check and deservingly so, but we got to look in the mirror and be like, nah, sometimes it's you. It's you for sure. We just talked about our behaviors that we wanted to check.
So why don't people check their ego and selfishness at the door when pursuing?
I think it's hard because to check your ego means you have to go into something kind of selfless, and you have to go into it without the betterment of yourself. You know, like we both have talked about how we're finding out in this season of our life we like reassurance. It feels good to be wanted. It feels good to be reassured.
Yeah.
It feels good to get your ego stroked, for sure. Like someone's like, it feels good for someone to pop your shit for you. I think so sometimes even in situations where it's like, nah, you're the problem. Nah, you're tripping. Nah, you have an issue. That is very damaging to your
hard.
ego. And if you're not a self-aware or strong-minded person, then it's kind of like, you don't want to pursue that person anymore. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, you like, fuck you. Because, you know,
Well, see, I think that's where you might need more work than you think
yeah,
when it gets to that point.
but a lot of people do.
Because even like, if you will give me a self-reflective moment, I'll just stop responding after a while because it's like, you're right or whatever. But I'm never like, I'm not going to talk to this bitch. Like, because you're absolutely
Right,
right.
but it's hard to hear.
It's not hard to hear. It's just like, okay, you're right, but what the fuck do you want me to do about it right now?
Work on it. You don't. You say, yeah, friend, you're right. Then tomorrow, what you doing? Back down that one ray road, making my way down, last
So it's just like, yeah, it's hard to hear it, but you're absolutely right. We have to be open to accepting it.
No, for sure. And that is hard. And I think we talked about, like, even when we're talking about checking our behaviors, I think we talked about women in particular not having accountability and not having people in their lives that are accountable. But I feel like this year and last year, we've had a lot of situations where I've had to, especially, check you on some shit about making you accountable.
Sure.
So I feel like when we were talking about it, we weren't living it in real time, but now that we are, I feel like we definitely can speak on how we hold each other accountable. Because I think we were like, oh, women like the yes men and they're friends. And I don't ever think we've been a yes man, but I think especially this year in our relationship, it's like we have not been seen. The situations have not been seen eye to eye. And
we've never had to unlock this version of ourselves.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing every day? And you're like, well, you know, I know it's not right, but making my way.
And I do feel like, you know, even like with me going through all these different life events, you have been a good sounding board for me. But I also too believe in that you want me to just make sure I prosper in the best way.
No, absolutely. And I think that's also a thing that I've had to check even in our friendship or myself, because I do get frustrated with you, but then I also have to check myself about it because it's like you have been going through a lot of transitions. So it's like I want to extend you that grace even when you piss me off and you don't listen. But it's kind of like, no, you're not going to listen the first, second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh time. But it's like you're going through big changes.
Yeah.
And those things require a lot of grace because these are things that you've never experienced before. So it's kind of like, how can I get mad at you for not listening on the first one? Like, bitch, you don't know. Like, it's just like, okay, you try something new.
Yeah.
You're like, well, maybe it didn't work this time. Let me give it another try. It's like you've never experienced this cycle that you are in your life. So it's like, it's also challenging me how I have to show up as a friend.
It's funny because Kristen actually said, like, Maisha, how long were you guys together? I'm like 17 years. And she's like, that's almost 2 decades. Like, that's crazy. Like, you should be mourning the loss of this person. And maybe you are and don't know it.
I don't think that you're mourning the loss, because I think that I seen a TikTok and I thought about you because this lady was saying like, oh, I'm going through a divorce. And people are like, why aren't you so sad and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And she was like, because I already mourned the loss before we were out of the situation.
Right.
So I think at a time you were sad, but you're past that now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you're not mourning it. But I think that this new upcoming singleness, this new upcoming independence is something you've never experienced. Like I told you, I have been your friend since 2011. So we are 15 years. If you've been with him almost 17, I've been your friend as long as you've been with your husband.
Right.
And I've told you, you've never been single. You've never lived alone. You've never been by yourself. So all these things are things that, you know, I've experienced more than one time. But it's like if you're damn near about to be 40 and you're just getting that, that's a huge transition. And you're not 40. Just doing it by yourself. You're doing it with children. So it's kind of like you have to give yourself grace. And then as your friend, of course, I have to hold you accountable because I do want you to be the best version of yourself, but also extend you that grace because it's like it's something new for you. And that space that you were in, your marriage, took up a big portion of your life. And sometimes those memories, people are just like, yeah, it's not all bad. But then sometimes it's also not all good. And it's a big transition when you go from, like you said, a partnership to it's just me, it's like that's a big deal. So I think giving yourself grace, holding you accountable, but also, making sure you give yourself grace too as well.
Yeah.
Why do you think people prefer comfort over accountability?
Because that's where you don't have to grow. When you're comfortable, you can just make yourself right at home, right? I mean, I know what to expect here. I know what I can do. I know what I can get away with. I know how to move. But when you go past that, when you're uncomfortable, that's really where the growth happens,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that accountability requires you to change
Yeah.
and to get out of your comfort. So I think it's hard for people to get out of the bed and get dressed and get to work.
Yeah.
Because in the morning, your alarm clock, you're like, fuck, I want to lay here. But you know what you got to fucking do.
Right.
That's the same thing with accountability. Like, everybody, you can do all of that shit and blame everybody around you. But when you look in that mirror and you're like, I got to change something about me, that is the hardest fucking thing you'll ever do.
It is. But don't you feel, and I think we talk about it, a lot of people are in relationships where they're comfortable.
Oh, 100%.
And not because they feel like
you know what to expect.
if they navigate or pivot from that particular partner, then someone else may hold them accountable.
Oh, yeah. And they don't want that.
But that's not a way. I mean, it's just not a way to thrive. But I think, like you said, a lot of people are just comfortable because why am I going to leave this soft plush bed to go get up and do the work?
Right. I want to lay here. I love these pillows.
Yeah. It's like they old.
Egyptian cotton. I love this. Like, I feel like the thread count is amazing. Like, but why stay in a comforting situation where you know you're not going to thrive in?
Yeah, because it's comfortable and it's
that's
crazy.
why I need to make sure when I'm moving forward. Of course, I'm not ready to do that, but I think when it's time for me to move forward, I have to be really good about my intentions and everything of it.
Yeah, you have to pray for discernment, like I always tell you, and you have to not allow yourself to be comfortable because comfortable, honestly, probably had you in your situation for longer than you should have.
Comfort could have had me on in the program where I work right now, because after I had my second daughter, it was hard for me to lose that weight.
Right.
I didn't recognize myself. I took a picture with a girlfriend. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh shit! You didn't let yourself out, sis. You got to get back out there and do the things. Find something you like to do about exercising. Go for a hike if you want to. I was just saying today, like, it's a beautiful day for a hike. Got to get back on those trails.
Oh God.
Do a hike. Do the things you want to do. Eat right.
Right.
Because imagine it would have been easier for me to stay in that situation if I wasn't already feeling like my best self.
Yeah.
Because when people really let that self go, they really feel stuck.
Yeah, they do. Because then they're like, what else is there?
What else is there?
There's plenty. We're telling you, get the fuck out. Clock the fuck in and clock the fuck out of them situations.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, the next segment is clocked in or clocked out. In your current situation, what made you clock or check out?
I think the turning point for me, what I spoke about, was like, I think my kids, it was a reason for me to clock out when I realized how much the situation I was in was affecting my children.
Yeah. So
people say, "Oh, what about your kids?" I mean, because I share with my patients. These are my peeps. I share with them, like, my soon-to-be ex-husband or whatever. And most of them, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Oh, it's not sorry, but thank you if you think it is that." It's good. Like, we are co-parenting. We're doing the things.
Right.
We don't hate each other. Well, I don't hate him, which is good. So we're co-parenting. And the thing that people ask me is, how do you feel about your kids? And I said, I knew that I made the right decision because my kids did not like us interacting.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, just talking like this. Nobody's fighting, nobody's shouting. Or, I'm sorry, my daughter would come up. One of my daughters would come up and, like, try to distract us because they were used to the
dysfunction, right?
And
it was disrupting their nervous system.
That's not cool.
And that's a good reason to check out.
Because that's a great reason to check out. How about you?
I don't think I'm checked out of anything right now. I think I'm pretty clocked into everything I have going on and just trying to be the best version of myself. But situations that I did check out from, or relationships I checked out from, it's because I lost myself. I did not recognize myself.
Yeah.
I was like, you are a shell of yourself. I just wasn't feeling like myself. I was operating in a space of like, who the fuck are you?
You didn't
But
recognize it.
I
like-
didn't. I was just like how you just said, like, oh, we went to your party and you just make everyone exude joy and have a good time. That
Yeah.
wasn't me. I was like the recluse. And who is that? We know I'm walking in. Even though I'm not friendly, I'm gonna
He's
be
the
like,
most
let's
friendliest
have
reclusive.
y'all not. She already told me what y'all said. Who if y'all see us out, who you gonna go to first?
Well,
hot
that's the
schoolgirl.
thing. I think you need to
I don't
come
want to do that.
out a
I don't
little
want to
bit
do that.
more and be on the
She's
scene.
the spokesperson of the pod. If you have any questions or concerns, you want to have a party, you want to have a function, give her a call.
Don't give me
I
a
do
call.
not want to be there, but I
So,
will come if
um,
if reasonable.
Simply Dizzle.
Don't you put them motherfuckers. Don't bring y'all no neck having bald head daddies on my shit talking about you got daddy issues. I'm gonna send you right to Prina baby and say, Valerina bitch, this is not it. And another thing, go over there to Fur baby, okay?
So what are you clocking into at this point in your life?
Just wellness, just being the best version of myself, finding my voice, finding what makes me happy. Like Kristen said, protecting my heart space with my fence, like really
Yes.
putting my boundaries for myself. I think she said it very well because
She
I
did.
always think of boundaries of like what we're going to force someone else to do for us.
can't.
And I'm like, I'm just going to be in my boundaries, like even if it offends someone. Like even with my Galentine's, when a friend of mine tried to bring someone
You
else.
did good.
And I was like, I felt bad because I'm like, I hate to have to be that way. But then it's like, why? I'm protecting my space in my home. If there's someone that I don't know and I don't feel comfortable with them in my home, that is a boundary that I have to respect. And if you chose to be like, well, if they can't come, I can't come, well, then I'm sorry to miss you. But that is my choice. So I think that's what I'm clocking into in my life. What about you?
That was big for you. And I see how that situation from last year changed the energy of the event.
Yeah.
We still had a good time.
Yeah.
But this year you were like, fuck that.
No, because I did it and I didn't want to last year and I was upset about it. But again, that was a point where I'm people pleasing.
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, well, you told this person I feel bad. They already think they're coming. So I'm going to pivot.
Yeah.
But to this time, like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not pivoting. If
Yeah.
if I don't feel comfortable with something, I'm not
Good for
doing
you.
it. So,
Good for you.
what do you think you're clocking into?
I know what I want to clock into.
What?
More ambition.
You don't feel like you're ambitious?
Fuck no.
You feel like you've gotten
I
complacent?
just not complacent. I feel like I've been in a depressive state.
Yeah, absolutely, you have.
So even
But a
for
functioning one.
a very high functioning addict of
Mhm.
depression.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my therapist mentioned this to me a few weeks ago. He's like, well, you still do all the things you want to, and I'm like, yes, but that's like necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Like some days I don't want to get up and I don't want to get up. I don't want to do the things. I don't feel great. So I want to clock back into how to thrive.
Yeah.
You know,
For things for you.
because I've always been that person. Like since we met, you like, why did you know how to go get it? I want to do more of that again.
And you will. I
will.
think that this transition is going to wake something up in you that's been
I
sleeping.
pray.
And you're going to.
What did the young lady say about what was that called? Point to the person.
Oh, they said, who do you think is going to be famous?
Or something like that.
And
I was
everybody said you.
like, I received that.
You
So
will.
maybe I do have a light
Yeah.
that I can't.
You're very dramatic, and I think you'll be a Hollywood actress, and I hope so. So I can just go to this shit and dress up real cute and sit there like, yeah, that's my friend. We could see you on a telenovela. I could see you now.
Telenovela is crazy.
What, bitch?
Sade. All right, go to the
Hey,
next one.
bitch. You gonna be sitting there. You catch her on Tubi. She gonna be having on this prostitution outfit, and the man gonna be walking in the door where you came from, smoking a cigarette.
But wait a minute. Let's look at Sade. Wait a second. You got more out than I have on right now. What do I have? This is a very nice.
Got a thigh out. Yeah, I'm prostituting, clearly.
This is a nice.
I'm in
Well,
bondage.
Baltimore Street is like right down the street.
Yeah, I'm about to go down there. The way you be stressing me, I'm about to go. I already told my she be stressing me out. I'm about to get a folding chair, get me a dipper, and
A
go sit
dipper
with
is-
the crackheads.
a
They
dipper-
like me anyway. Anytime I go, I bet you I'm gonna go outside and walk to the car and someone like, "Hey, fur bunny, you didn't hear that man we was walking up? He said, I see you, cat suit." If y'all watched the last episode, nothing about my outfit was a cat suit. I had on the romper. Only me, that Mexican man, rolling on this scooter. Telling me, I see you, cat scoop. Of course you do. Now I'm about to go out there. Now they're gonna be like, "What's up, bunny rabbit?" Nothing, Papa. Let's just go into the liquor store. I'm moisturized and ready for you because if there's any if the crack is there, they're coming to me.
Sade.
Anyway,
Jesus.
why do we as individuals clock into spaces that have no room for promotion? Like environments, relationships, you know it's not going anywhere. But here you are, sipping in the sand.
I think too it goes back to the thought process of really just wanting what you want.
But why do you want shit that doesn't behoove you?
People are crazy. People are crazy. And people want what the fuck they want.
They do.
You should want what wants you.
You should. Well,
But I know.
Sometimes motherfuckers that want you, you don't want.
I mean, that's different. You can always decide on that, but I don't know. I wish I had an answer for that. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I think when I've been in situations where I knew it didn't have no growth, it was just whatever the feeling
it's more
was.
Reflection about you.
Yeah, it was whatever the feeling was. I was in a state of, in those situations, I was in places of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And whatever I was getting out of that situation was fulfilling whatever I was lacking at that moment in my life. Whether it was affections, whether it was finances, whatever it was, whatever that person's situation, friendship, whatever it was, whatever I was lacking within myself, that situation was feeding into, and it felt good. And even though I knew it had no trajectory for promotion, I'm like, it feels good. It feels good to spend time with this person. It feels good to be in this friendship, even though I know this person may be a jealous bitch, but we have such a great time together that I'm not ready to give that up. I'm not ready to dig deep and be like, well, this isn't really your friend. When we go out, we have a fucking ball and it just feels good. And I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to give up hanging out with someone. Nigga, I know you ain't right for me, but it feels good in the moment. So I think in those times, like I just wasn't really, I knew what the ending would be.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't ready to let go
give
of
it
the
up.
feeling, because whatever was lacking in my life, they were fulfilling it, and I was selfish. I wanted to my needs met.
It was that dopamine that you got
like you said
from it.
Last question for this segment: how do you feel about people clocking shit that you haven't even disclosed? Like when someone reached out to you about your separation, but you hadn't even disclosed that.
I don't know. It threw me so fucking off guard. First thing in the morning, I'm looking at my phone like, what? Por qué? Perdóname? What the fuck? So I was really confused initially. And then I guess I felt like, oh, this is just another tactic to control
the narrative.
Something.
Yeah. You want to drop the news before I can.
And I said, you know what, Maisha? What you gonna do?
Check it.
Start. Yeah, check please. Check out. Push away from the table. You're full. And I let it frustrate me a little bit. And everybody's trying to run and see it, but most of the people were blocked except for your black ass.
Well, now I'm blocked now because you didn't tell my story.
No, you definitely not.
Yo, baby, I'm blocked. Probably.
So I felt like to have a problem with me doing it and then you did it was just your last aha.
Yeah. And haha, motherfucker, we checking it here. I know y'all sitting there watching. Click it on.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, please.
Yeah, subscribe. Give us a watch. It's fun here. You be watching any motherfucking way, so go ahead and click.
Just subscribe.
Just subscribe. And
that way you can just be in the loop.
Yeah, and you can just write it down, take notes, take a video, take a screenshot.
I don't give a fuck.
Come take a sit on this nice velvet. This some good velvet, Mr. Shake My Hand got. Velvet and leather. What a combo.
Velvet. This is beautiful.
All right. Y'all know we love a game.
Yeah.
So these bitches is done eating. Tell them check, please. So we're going to pretend like we're at dinner.
Okay.
And we're going to have some scenarios. And are you going to ask for the check? Or are you just going to keep the vibe going?
Okay. All right.
Let's go. You go first.
All right. People who like the idea of you, but not who you really are to your core.
Check, please.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You got to go.
What do you want? What are you here for? I know it's fun here. I know it's leather and it's tied up. And we got chains and whips that excite you. But if you don't like who I am.
They always like the idea.
You don't like if I cuss and travel and shake a little ass?
You got to go.
Then go. See
you found the right person. People who bother you when they really don't want you or can handle who you really are.
Check, please. Why? If you bother me, but you don't really want me, why are you
Some
bothering me?
people like to chase.
Chase these nuts. Check. Maisha gonna sit there talking because, like y'all said, she loved red. She got on black today. She gonna sit there grinning at the table. Hernando, give me my check.
People who call you out on your shortcomings.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. We
Yeah.
can still talk. We can still engage in dinner.
People who extend grace.
Yes, we
gonna
love
keep this
that.
vibe going.
Yeah,
And
we're
get more
keeping the
drinks
vibe.
and
Let's
get more wins.
get
Yeah.
another drink. Another one, please.
People who play the victim when they really are the villain.
Check, please. I know a few pussy princesses who do that and ballerina bitches. What did Beyonce say? Playing your victim and the villain at the same. Always telling a story, but you don't say what the fuck you did.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Throw
about
the
to,
rock and hide your hand.
I was just about to say, just like your situation, you want to be up there singing and having a serenade, but what's the rest of the story, buddy?
Yeah, and we won't even
Check.
talk about that. We won't even talk about it.
Check.
People who start with you but then complains about your reaction. For
Check.
Yes,
Check.
check please.
You want to fuck with me, and then when I cuss you the fuck out, then you're like, oh, poor K, bitch. Play with someone else.
Yeah. And then
People who, oh, you said that. People who complain about the same things but never change.
I'm still at the dinner table.
We know. I hate it, but I feel like everybody does that. You have to give grace in those situations.
You literally have to.
You gotta give grace.
It's fucked up.
I hate it, but
I've never think.
yeah, you're doing that. You do that now. You're in that season.
It's so
But I
fucking
think we've all done it. But that's why I just like it.
I just can't wait for God to.
Because anytime you
I
start
know.
sitting me, them things, girl, like I'm going back on the stairmaster.
People who enforce boundaries.
Good, we're at
Like
the
that.
table. We
And-
love that.
And then people who cannot directly answer questions.
Check. Answer the motherfucking question.
Don't pack. Don't
Don't go on a circle. Don't take the train and the bus and hop in the car. Answer my question, nigga. All right, we're going to.
All right, we're going to the health tip. We got to wrap up today, but this was a good conversation, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
We kept it cute.
So the health tip today is called check please. When enough is enough. Your nervous system keeps receipts even when your heart wants to split the bill. Disrespect isn't just emotional, it's psychological. When someone constantly dismisses your feelings, gaslights your reality, makes you compete for basic respect, keeps you in confusion instead of clarity, your body responds. A chronic state of stress from relational disrespect can do some of the following: elevate cortisol levels, disrupt your sleep, increase anxiety, cause breast tenderness, changes in your cycles, gut issues, and also, more importantly, create emotional dependency cycles. At some point, you have to ask yourself, is this connection nourishing me or keeping me in survival mode? So how do we push away from the table? We're full as fuck. Recognize the pattern, not the potential. Stop ordering off of what could be menu. Like, you just have to elevate past that point. Listen to your body before your fantasy. Are you peaceful or hypervigilant when you talk to this person? Are you grounded or constantly overthinking with this person? Ask yourself those questions and your body will check you in out of that fantasy quickly. Decide what non-negotiables are. Respect, consistency, emotional safety. If those are missing repeatedly, the check has to come.
Check.
Please, the bill has arrived. Leave without announcing it 10 times. Big on this shit. Boundaries aren't speeches. They are behavior changes. So you can say, oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's not you.
I'm
I
outta
like outside, Grandpa.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, fuck it. So don't announce it. Real growth happens when you actually get past that point and change the behavior. Remember, you're allowed to get full. You don't just have to stay at the table when someone's serving you crumbs. So for the final, we just want to say sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is say, check, please. Not because you're angry, but because you have self-respect.
I like that
And
one.
that is the health tip of
That
the
was
day.
a good ass
Stay
health
safe
tip.
out there.
That is a good tell.
I'm in my bag.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, friend.
That was
What's up
really
for the Dizzle
good.
Devotion?
Dizzle devotion is today is, what did Queen Bee say? I finally found the good in goodbye. Sometimes, in order to elevate, you must ask for the check and exit the situation. When we think about the situation as asking for the check, that means we are in the finale of our meal. We are ready to impart our separate ways, are ready to impart to a different environment for the evening. Wouldn't life be so much meaningful and fulfilling if we were able to ask for the check and leave places and things that are not ready to serve us? But we do have the ability to ask for the check, but at times we choose to continue a meeting that is going nowhere. God did not place you in any situation just to be stagnant. He has engineered us to take up space. If you feel like your light is being dimmed or that you have outstayed your welcome, ask for the check, please. You do not have to stay in situations that will not elevate you. You have the capacity to eliminate fear, eliminate doubt, eliminate spaces that are just there, but they are not conducive to you thriving. Eliminate sadness, eliminate loneliness, eliminate sorrow, eliminate self-pity, and eliminate self-doubt. God, I pray whoever is listening today understands that you are the King of all kings, and you have bestowed the right within us for us to check out and request the check at dinner tables you have not pulled up a seat for us at. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Love that.
Check it.
Did it again. And we just want to say thank you for sitting through this episode with us. Hopefully it flowed well.
It
I hate
did.
an episode that don't flow well.
It always flows. We sure do, because some of y'all shit be wrong.
Until next time, stay healthy, curious, but most of all, be inspired. And remember, we always ask others how they're doing, but don't forget to check in with how
you doing. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks again. Make sure you subscribe. Go to the socials.
Oh, and tell us what name we should have.
Oh, yeah, doers. I
No, not
vote
the
for the doers, and we hope that you guys are doing well, because this is the How You Doing podcast. See you next time, doers.
Bye.
Bye.